Bloomington, Illinois. This is what I'm talking about, baby. This channel is about
so amazing. Everyone, please welcome to the show, Ty Smith.
Let me see. Y'all told me that my mic was low the last time. Let me see if this right here helps. Don't know if it will, but we shall see. Anywho, welcome to my channel, Model Renaissance Man. If this is your first time visiting, I thank you for coming over here. But do me a favor, go over to my channel, and I want you to check it out in its entirety. What you do is click on playlists. See all these different topics right here. These topics are all the different things that I do on this channel, which is why I call it a variety channel. Get an idea what my channel is about in its entirety, okay? Please do that for me. You will be helping the channel algorithm, but you also will be helping yourself by getting an idea of what all this channel entails. Once you do like that and you want to subscribe, double check and make sure that this bell notification is set to all notifications. All right. Appreciate you guys for that. All right. So check this out. Check this video out here real quick, ladies and gentlemen.
Austin, thank you. In the courtroom now, a convicted predator piano teacher found guilty of sexually assaulting his students gets life in prison. 41-year-old Aaron Parlier learning his fate today from his April trial. A McLean County judge given Parlier a mandatory natural life sentence. This comes after he was convicted of predatory criminal sexual assault of 2 victims. The prosecuting attorney in the case says while the case is closed, Parlier's actions caused lifelong damage.
For them, it's never really over, but hopefully this provides them a little bit of closure, a closing of that particular chapter, knowing that he cannot do this to them and he can't do this to anybody else in the future.
Parlier also got 15 years each for other sexual assault charges. He's convicted of committing against this particular student. He's also gotten 7 years each for a criminal sexual abuse and child pornography charge. Parlier was found guilty of sexually assaulting another victim last October.
At Hines Roofing, we tell.
All right, so it says a former Bloomington piano teacher is getting life in prison for multiple sexual assault charges on Monday. That's how you do with Bloomington. In April, Aaron Parlier, 41, was found guilty of 1 count of predatory criminal sexual assault where the victim was younger than 13, as well as 9 counts of criminal sexual assault of a minor. Additional charges include 1 count of sexual abuse of a minor and 1 count of child pornography. He received life in prison for his 2 predatory criminal sexual assault guilty verdicts of multiple victims. Parlier also got 15 years each for the 8 criminal sexual assault charges and the verdict against him in this trial. He also got 7 years each for a criminal sexual abuse charge and a child porn charge. The rest of Parlier's victims will no longer pursue trial because of his sentence in this trial. Assistant State's Attorney Erica Reynolds commended the victims for their bravery and courage to come forward. She said Parlier's action caused lifelong emotional damage. For them, it's never really over, but hopefully this provides them a little bit of closure knowing that he cannot do this to them. He cannot do this to anybody else in the future, Reynolds said. The judge denied a petition for a new trial. However, Parlier is appealing this verdict to the courts. It says previously he was found guilty in October of 2021 on 10 counts of child pornography and 10 counts of predatory criminal sexual assault of a child on another victim. Parlier is already serving time in the Illinois Department of Corrections for the outcome of his October trial. Bloomington, Illinois. Kudos to y'all for doing this right there. This sicko deserved every last bit of this sentence that he got. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely 100% sickening. Now, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, of Bloomington, Illinois, when I went viral on this school board meeting, the part that was left out that they didn't show was what I was telling you guys about. If you sit here and you allow them to put this sexuality in these books, when you talk about things about teaching young kids in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, when you teach them about sexual consenting, what makes you think a sicko like this is not drooling at the mouth over this? Oh yeah, this guy right here deserved every bit that he got. He got caught. But what about you teachers who was here in Bloomington Normal, especially at the Normal High School, who was advocating about teaching young children about sex and about consenting to sex. Young children. We're not talking about high schoolers or, sophomore, juniors, and freshmen. No, we're talking about grade school children. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade. You teachers were up here advocating that you want to teach these kids about what it's like to consent to sex. That's absolutely sickening to me. I don't think any teacher whatsoever, I don't care what your education, I guarantee you, with my medical background, any of you health teachers do not have nearly the amount of experience when it comes to anatomy and physiology that I do. And even I still say you can teach anatomy and physiology without having to teach sexuality. We had to go through 2 courses in college. In the program I went through, we had to go through 2 courses of human sexuality. And I was in college like, woo-wee. Now you guys are teaching those very things that we got in college. You want to teach that to these kids in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. You want to teach them these same exact things. What does a child need to know about consenting to anything sexually related whatsoever? All because you are a teacher and you feel that you should teach it because you got knowledge of it. I have knowledge of a lot of things that I would never teach to a child. Never teach to a child. There's no reason. What's the reason? I would love to have this argument in front of anybody who want to put this into legislation. Why would a child need to be taught any sexual theme related issues like this? Why? So what? What for? Because Ty, some children can engage. That is disgusting. If children are engaging in sexual activities like that, parents, you need to watch your children. You need to watch. Nope. Watch your children. Plain and simple. You just willy-nilly let them go stay over anybody's house. Do you teach your kids that nobody should be touching them? You teach your kids you shouldn't be sitting on anybody's lap. Do you teach your kids nobody should be picking you up? Do you teach them any of those things like that? And if they do, you better come and tell me. Do you teach your kids that? I don't care what these educators are calling themselves, but when you want to sit there and put this type of knowledge in a kid's mind, what do you think that's going to do? Do you see what kids do after they watch a heroic movie? They will go out and think they can do that. They'll go out there and imitate those things. What do you think they're going to do when you put this stuff in their face? These are you putting things in kids' head that they're not even thinking about. You teaching them how to do all these crazy things to themselves. Yeah, it's in the book, folks. It's talking about kids touching themselves and rubbing themselves here and doing this stuff there. They talk about if it feels good. This is normal. Don't feel bad about it. Anything you have to do and you want to be in secrecy of it, then you must be doing something wrong. It's that easy. Kids know. I mean, remember the days where y'all remember the days where kids were just, you talk about the cookie jar. Remember the days of the cookie jar? Even when you heard about kids stealing from the cookie jar, what did you find out about that? These kids would end up like making sure, like if their mom is tell them, okay, well, watch cartoons. I'm getting ready to go take a bath. I'm getting ready to go take a shower. What those kids do, they wait, walk by the door. They hear their mom in there taking a shower. They walk in there, they sneak and get a cookie out the cookie jar, whatever like that. Mom come in there and knew how many cookies was in there and counted. You ate out the cookie jar. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So kids are going to be sneaky. My point in saying all that is that they're teaching this to these kids. And if these kids have to go off and hide themselves in some corner, you end up finding your little 6-year-old, 7-year-old is spending a lot of time in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Why would you do this to these kids? Why would you open up Pandora's box to these kids? Why would you open up something and have these kids explore things that they should not be exploring until they become of age, before they become of actual natural, biological, sexual maturity? You're not even allowing them to go through that yet. These kids are already doing these crazy sexual things. These books, ladies and gentlemen, listen. These books that we were shown, these books got kids in here doing oral things. Preteen kids. 10, 11, 12 years old in here doing oral things. Boys doing them with boys, girls doing them with girls. Yes, these are in these books. And they want to teach this to your kids. And you wonder why? Because soon enough, all they're doing is slowly breaking this stuff into society, right? They're slowly breaking it to society, and eventually it's going to be a thing in 10 years or something like that. Next thing you know, it's going to be this society, a bunch of hypersexualized kids that are going around just trying to satisfy themselves because of the physical gratification they get in their private areas. They're going to be doing it on other kids. They might want to have and then these other disgusting adults will prey on that. Then next thing you know, because these kids know what this is about and they know what they're doing, and we taught them that, and these kids know what consenting and not consenting is, we should implement something into legislation where we can actually allow grown men to marry little kids. Y'all think I'm joking? Y'all, Ty, nobody would ever do. Look what we're doing right now. You would never think that they would be doing what they're doing right now, would you? You would never think that some sicko, you heard me, some sicko in legislation Who wants to push a bill to teach these second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth grader kids about sexual things like that? These books are practically pornography. Y'all remember how it was when, back in your day, like my day, in the 90s, you had a magazine. You had to go hide it or something like that. And they just showed women. And look, check this out. Started off, these magazines was just like the J.C. Penney catalog. Then all of a sudden you got uncles or older male relatives around that are sit to show you the real deal. These were pages, right? So can you imagine right now, these kids got handheld computers now. Can you imagine what they'll be getting into? Can you imagine that? That's why I said, my kids didn't have no phone. Nope. And this is before all this sickness came out. They didn't have no phone. But what I'm saying that for is that look what it's going to do. You're going to have a generation of hypersexualized kids. That's what you're going to have. We consider and say, oh, they would never teach kids. We said about, gosh, in my day, I think I was in the 7th grade and they brought sexual education to us. But they were just, and even then we were just kind of like, oh, wow. But now they actually showing them how to do it. They are flat out showing pornography in these books. Call it what you want to. It is flat out pornography. And then you have some of these crazy kids like, I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about that around my parents. I'd rather have a teacher. Dude, you are nuts. You are absolutely crazy. Any parent should be comfortable talking about that to your kid. It's easy. It's not hard. Y'all watch too many movies. That's what's wrong. A lot of people watch too many movies where you think you have to, oh, son, I want to talk to you about the birds and the bees. Come on, man. Flat out. Stop it. This conversation wasn't even a big deal with me and my sons. And not at all. But people will make it a big deal. Oh, I feel more comfortable to teach. Are you crazy? No, I don't want no stranger talking to my kids about nothing like this. No different than any man out there walking the street talking to my kids about this. Well, that's different time. No, it's not. You're a stranger. If you are a teacher, you have a math teacher, you have an English teacher, you have all these teachers, teach that. That's it. Plain and simple. You want to learn about, to me, when it comes to things like sexuality and things like that, that's something that no, absolutely not. Leave that portion out. I'm sorry, folks, but you're gonna see mark my word, you are going to see a whole lot more of this stuff come out, and all these people are doing is pretty much breaking you down. They're implementing this into society so you become so used to it that all of a sudden we all gonna be sitting there arguing one day. I cannot believe they want to have the consent of a kid to be able to make their own decisions to marry at the age of 12. You're going to have these gross men wanting to marry these little kids. You're going to have these gross women wanting to be with these little kids. Same exact thing. Watch. Don't watch. Just mark my word. Oh, no? We didn't think it'd be here right now, did you? You didn't think that we'd be going to teach no 2nd grade and no 3rd grade, 4th grade kids what sexual consent is. You wouldn't think they'd have it in the book to where if it feels good down there and you like that, that's called consenting. And if you do it back to that person too and they like it, they are consenting to you touching them. And if you both like it, then you both are consenting, and that's perfectly normal. Yeah, they got this in this book. But we would have said 10 years ago, they would never put anything like that, but it's here. Watch your kids. You can have it to where these teachers don't talk about that in the school whatsoever. And if they try to punish you because you don't want these teachers to teach your child about sexuality, I ain't gonna tell y'all just don't know. There is no way. There is just no way. I wish they would have came at me like, I don't understand why you don't. Shut up talking to me. Shut up. Shut up. I'm telling you right now, shut up. We done. There is no more conversation. Shut up. That's it. Some of you parents, well, I'm not explaining myself. My son is not talking this. I signed off on the paper here. Y'all have a problem with that? You better don't say a freaking word to me. Shut up. That's it. Jeez, yes, I am. Over my kids. Yes, I am. God dang it. Y'all crazy. Anyway, y'all, that's what I'm saying. You have to be like that over your kids. You have to be like that. All right, folks, let me know what y'all think by leaving it in the comments below after this video. Don't forget to click the button down here. Give the video a thumbs up so it can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate you guys for doing that. Also, share, folks. I really need y'all to share this and just tell people about this channel so we can get this message out there, because this is one way that we're going to combat against them, is by you guys pushing this out there. The silent majority is out there, but it would be a mistake for you not to let everybody else know about this, all right? Double check to make sure that you still are subscribing. Make sure that your bell notification is set to all. Make sure you always come onto my channel on YouTube to see if I post anything, because YouTube definitely is not notifying people. It's telling y'all, it's the truth. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus. What's going on, everybody? So hey, check this out. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to view these videos. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also right here is where you can catch the next video, the latest video that I've done. But like right up here, this is stuff that I've done kind of in the past. So in this area, you might find a video that I've done in the past. It can be funny, it can be something serious, it does not matter. But this is something that you can also do to check out more material that I do in my channel, because I do a lot in this channel, all right? So again, appreciate everything from you guys. Keep on watching it, keep on supporting it, and God bless you all.